What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have for you 5 alternatives that you can do if you don't want to Olympic lift. I think we throw in one bonus exercise in there as well. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you enjoy. All right, so I personally am a huge fan of certain Olympic lifts. We do them a lot with our athletes. As you guys know, I love doing hang cleans in particular, but I think that they are fantastic, right? I think they're so great for training rigidity, having to express force on an external stimulus, having to reposition after you do express a lot of force. I think they're fantastic, but I completely understand that some people don't like to use them for a multitude of reasons. So that being said, there are some ways that we can hit the same type of, I won't say the same type, but a similar style of lift, because I don't think you can necessarily replace Olympic lifts, but there are things that we can do that work on that high rate of force production. So first things first, we are going a trap bar speed pull. You guys know I love this one. I do this one quite a bit with our athletes, even as we are doing our Olympic lifts. So trap bar speed pull, we're gonna set up bottom of your trap bar. I want a big chest and I want tension on the bar already, right? I don't wanna start loose. I want tension, and then I'm gonna explode up as big as I can, as fast as I can. I like at the top, right here, coming up as hard as I can. You see how right up on my toes. I want that force expression to be throughout the entire duration of the movement so that it pulls me up at the top. You can also hit this in like a split stance variation right there, but I think this is a great exercise to work on that concentric rate of force development. Number 2, derivative of the split jerk, we're going a landmine split jerk. This one of my all-time favorite exercises, especially when you want to start teaching that Olympic lift style to younger athletes. I think this is a great exercise. It's relatively easy to learn, especially on this landmine. It's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about the bar traveling up or making sure that these lesser trained athletes can hold a heavier bar up above their head. So we're going to be here. I like to teach you where you're on your toes, slight bend in your knee. I don't like starting it here. That's just how I prefer. Obviously, trunk is stable and tight. We'll dip, and then out of this, I tell our athletes, it's lower body. Your arm is just extending that force that your lower body is producing. So we're gonna dip, jump, drive, just like that. This one, fantastic. Once again, it has that element of rigidity at the end of the movement as you're here having to reposition. I love ending in the split stance. I think that's so great for athletes, being strong, rigid, controlled at the top. This one is a staple, just like with the trap bar speed pull throughout all of our programs. Number 3, we are sticking to the landmine. We're gonna go a landmine clean and jerk. So this one, we're starting on a side on position. My outside leg is in front. From here, I'm gonna jump, twist, and then split jerk with it. So once again, real speed. I'm here, boom, up, in here. When you get a little bit heavier, I'll have our athletes go double hand if they need to. Kind of one just like on the cap, stabilizing to this position, and then release for that single arm on the split jerk. Whew. I love this exercise as well. Once again, I feel like I can say this for all of these exercises. We use this in our program. We just got done with this exercise in one of our most recent blocks for a lot of our athletes. Great for rotational athletes as well. Baseball, throwers, things like that, where you have to produce that rotation. Even if we look at soccer, there's so much rotation. Sprinting, there's a lot of rotation. So this is extremely applicable to a bunch of sports, having to produce out of this hang position. I'm a big fan of. You can even start it from the floor though if you want down here. A lot of our baseball players prefer to do it that way, but having to produce that force, reposition, be stable, and then get out of it, reposition, be stable, has all these elements that I absolutely love that we get with Olympic lifting. Number 4, we're going a banded trap bar drop jump. I'm gonna be quite frank, I don't do this one. I think it's a little convoluted. I don't know that it's necessarily gonna give you like the best bang for your buck. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But this is a very good option for people who don't want to Olympic lift. So I guess I should have said, I don't do it because I prefer other things, but if I didn't like to Olympic lift, or if I didn't like to do all these other things, I would do this. Essentially, you got your trap bar, you got your bands tied around. We're gonna be here. You're gonna pick your feet up, you're gonna drop, and then you're gonna jump. Keep holding onto the trap bar. So drop, jump, stick it. Right here, drop, jump, stick it. So, like I said, that's still a very good way to work on your rate of force production. I personally just like some other exercises better, but I still think this one is a very great exercise, obviously, because we put it into the video. Notice too, sorry, I should have said this. Notice how when I'm loading it, I actively pick my feet up. So I'm actively having to drop. I like that because like if you look at a hang clean, for example, as you're catching it, boom, we're right there in that position with the feet up, having to be rigid at the bottom. So that is the trap bar. Number 5, we are gonna go a dumbbell snatch. 2 variations. So this one, obviously is just a derivative of an actual like barbell snatch, but we're just gonna be here, right here, catch it underneath. Wow, that was the world's worst dumbbell snatch. Here, boom, be strong. I don't personally snatch all that often, so if there's any Olympic lifting dumbbell snatching gurus, keep your comments to yourself. Another variation I like is same thing, but landing in a split stance. So here, boom, down there, just changes the position, has to get your feet out from under you. Same thing like with the trap bar. I don't do this one a whole lot, if I'm being completely honest. I actually have never programmed this for our athletes because I like other exercises, but it's a great one too if you want to throw that one in there. Bonus exercise, I use this one all the time with our athletes, just throwing that out there. It's one of my all-time favorite. I should probably tell you what it is. Accentuated med ball drop jump. I love accentuated plyometrics. I think they're an amazing way to work on eccentric braking forces, just to work on that ability to stop, to take that load, to produce a lot of concentric force coming up while utilizing what you brake with. I think this is a great exercise. It's a great way to work on rate of force development, and triple extension. I think there's so many ways that we can work on those 2 things, force development and triple extension, not just with Olympic lifting, but throughout so many different exercises. But I think that that's a huge element that I love with all these different types of movements. But for the accentuated med ball drop jump, it's pretty much a drop jump. Okay, so you just stick one leg off, drop jump, but now we're going like a granny toss with it almost. So you're gonna be here, you're gonna drop down, boom, throw it up as big as you can. The goal is to not really get stuck on the ground, right? But you have that loaded movement pulling you down. You gotta be really strong. As you lengthen, you gotta get strong, and then flip it, reverse it up. Use that force that you produce, that you brake with. So I don't necessarily, like I said, think that anything can replace Olympic lifting, but I think there are some fantastic alternatives, and not every single athlete will need Olympic lifting, or is it a good idea? So I think it's great to have alternatives. Like I said, we use quite a bit of these. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. I'm out of breath. See you guys in the next one.